Hi, welcome to another tutorial. In this series, we are going to be using Revit. And in particular, today we are going to learn how to make sheets, customize sheets, create new sheets, all the good stuff. Now I'm opening a project that I'm currently working on myself, and I have customized the sheets, and I'm going to run through the different ways of making these sheets. Now we're going to start by This is the sheet that I've created. When you open Revit, you will have a few pre-open files. If you go into Sheets, you'll find all your sheets down here. To add a new sheet, all you have to do is right-click, New Sheet, and you should be able to open up a page just like this. Now, a standard title block like this, I'll open that up, looks like so. And to add any kind of drawing, let's take a section, and all we need to do is drag it onto the page. Now, as you can see, this section is really large. Let's just open the view itself. So it's 1 to 110, we want it to be 1 to 100. And then if we go back to that sheet, this one here, I can move that page back on the page. All this stuff here is also customizable. We can just pull it. We can even change and say no title, or we can maybe have title and no line. We can actually move this here. But for this tutorial, we're going to focus on the sheet page itself. So Revit gives you a set of sheets that you can use. But let's say you want to customize your own sheet, you want to add your own logo instead of the Autodesk logo. What you can do is you can right click, or actually we can just go Edit Family up the top there. And when we press Edit Family, it opens up the sheet page. Now, everything in here we can customize, we can change. Let's say we want this page to be an A1 page. So width-wise, 841. Height. I don't want a border in my, so I'm going to get rid of this border. Oops. I can't get rid of the outside border, so I'm going to get rid of the inside. And I'm actually going to highlight everything on this page because I am actually going to use these to help me remind me what I actually need on my page. But all this other stuff, I do not need. So let's try again. So we need that to be 841. And the height, it's going to read this height here. So let me just move this on top. And let's try that again. Height, we have 594. Perfect. Sorry, I might just actually change this to be the same as I previously showed you, so I can show you exactly how to create what I just did, which is not A1, it's actually A3. So let's just change that, but that's how you would create an A1 page. You just measure it up like that way. If you want an A3, I'm going to use 420, except I actually want my A3 page to run portrait. So I'm going to make the width the shorter side, which is 420. Or is it? It's actually 297. 297. And the height is going to be 420. Perfect. So you can have it portrait. You can also have it, for this tutorial, we can also have it sitting landscape. Because the other one is portrait, I might just make this one landscape so you can see the difference. Okay, so I've got my page set up. this project already has some things that I might need to add into my page. So I want to definitely include the project name. I want to include the project number, and I will also include the text that explains what the project number is. So I'll add that, I'll add the project name. So my sheet currently has project name, project number. I want to make sure that it is all aligned. So it says here horizontal, I'm going to make it left. That should, yeah, perfect. So that's changed it to sit. Now we can actually align it with all the other text. That looks a lot better, in my opinion. So we've got project name, we've got the number. I actually want my number to stand out. I want it to be a little bit bigger. So what I'm going to do is edit text, and we're going to edit the text size to about 10. I want it to be, oops, a feature. Cancel that, sorry. Not sure what I pressed. Let's try that again. Okay. And text size, I'm going to change that to 10. I want it to be quite bold and big because it's just going to be a number, and I'm not worried about it coming off the page because this will be 3 numbers at most. And then let's say we want to add a logo. How do we do that? So there's we can actually insert items, images. You can make one, or in my instance, I've made one and I've created a PDF. So I'm going to import. Actually, I think I exported it as an image, so I'm going to import an image. I'm going to find that image. Let's go into our tutorials. I believe I have it sitting here somewhere. And I know it is logo 1 that I'm after. Just this one here. Now I can size that down. Now I kind of want that logo to stand out a bit more, be longer. So I'm going to rotate it, and I'm going to make it the feature. Maybe make it slightly bigger. And I'm just going to pin that so that I don't move anymore. Now, in saying that, I'm also going to add the date underneath. And I don't actually want this to be the date. I want this to be the project address. So what I can do is go into the label, into the graphics, and go in under label, press edit. Now it says date. So I'm just going to click the red arrow to put that back onto the list here, and then find something to suggest the address. There's project address here, so I'm going to use the green button to apply that. Press OK, and it comes up just like that. So I've got the project address slightly in smaller letters than the logo. Now, in saying that, I think the project name is a little big. I want it to be in the same font as that. I can change the font. I can change the font here. Maybe keep it something. 3 might be too small. Maybe we do 5. But it was already at 5. I can edit. Now, last time I just manually changed this font size down here. But again, you could, if you don't want to lose that size, you can duplicate. Maybe say project name, because this is a special font from just my project name. I want the font size to be, instead of 10, like the title, not the title, sorry, the previous size, I changed it to 5. I'm going to change it to, sorry, I changed it from 5 to 10. I'm going to change it to 8. And it's got its own name now. So if we go back to 5, it comes up as 5. But I'm going to actually change that back to 5 instead of 10 in case it confuses me later on. So that's a size 5, which I think I actually prefer. So I might actually keep it at that. So now we've got the project name, the number. I might actually unpin that and move everything slightly more to the right by pressing Control. It might be different if you're on a Mac, but I'm able to click multiple items. I think that looks a lot better now. I don't have too much unnecessary space. Oops. Now I also want to include a north arrow. Lucky for me, I created one, so I'm just going to import it again. Oops. Sorry, let's go back to that. Instead of load into project, we're going into insert, and we're going to import another image. Now, silly me, I've named it logo 3, but that's okay. I know what it is. There we go. I've got my north arrow there. Perfect. Make sure that's all aligned perfectly. Perfect. So in this sheet, I've got my logo, project address, I've got the north arrow, I've got the name of the project, and the page number, drawing number. There's a few other things that I can include if I want to, such as the date. I mean, I could do, instead of project name, I could do sheet title. And again, you can change each one by just double clicking, going into label and edit, and then changing them around. You can actually have multiple things underneath. So I could also have project date issue underneath the project name if I wanted to include that. So now they're both together like that. I'd prefer to have them separate, so I'm just going to Control Z and check if there's anything else I want from here. I definitely need the scale, so I'm just going to grab the scale from there. And I'm just going to pop it underneath everything else. So I'm just going to have to move everything up now, which is okay. Make sure that I've clicked it all. Except for the, of course, except for the, now if I can't click what I need, I can just press tab and it'll help me find what I actually need, because my images, the viewport is quite large. There we go. And for the rest, I will just delete. Also add this line. I mean, I can draw my own line, but I might just use this line since it's already there to break things up. That, oops, my mouse is very fragile. and have that somewhere in the middle. Perfect. Just like that, now I have my sheet and we can actually load it into the project now. Now it's saved as title block A1 metric. I don't actually want to overwrite that. So we can either overwrite existing version and its parameter values. I don't want to do that. So I might actually go cancel and then close, and it'll take me back to this page. And what I can do is just save this as its own. So tutorial 9, I'm going to save it as test. Yes, I'm going to actually save it as tutorial and click save. And if I go back onto this page, I can go into sheets and I can go new sheet and I actually can go load. And if I want to load the sheet, I can just go onto my computer. Desktop, sorry, and go into tutorials. I know it's tutorial 9, and here we've got my title block. And so it is tutorial. I can press OK, and it'll open up the sheet that we created. And now I can place my, this is already open another sheet, so I'll open another one. I can place all my work here. And I might actually just, again, change that to a 1 to 100. Let's see how it looks now. Oops. Where is that sheet? There it is. Perfect. And that's how you create sheets. I hope that helped. And until the next tutorial.